Here we go.
We're on.
The next episode of Chit Chats is finally here.
It feels like it's been a while because for people who don't know, sometimes we record videos like way in advance. So like we might sometimes go almost a full week without recording videos, and so like even though it's one a week to us, we haven't seen each other since like almost last week.
Yeah, exactly. We literally filmed the last two episodes, like one after another. I went from playing Frank. I mean, not playing Frank. That was actually Frank. Anyway, hey guys, welcome back to the next episode of Chit Chats. I'm your host, Antonio, with our co-host, Brennen. Welcome back, Brennen. Like you said, it's been a while. It's been a while since we recorded the last episode. But I really want to try to get these out once a week. So, and I'm having fun doing these. I hope you're having fun doing these.
Yes.
I hope you guys are having fun watching them. So for today's episode, well, first of all, how are you doing, Brendan? How are you doing today? How are you feeling?
I'm doing good. I'm just tired. I was at school today, but other than that, I'm doing good.
Yeah, same here. I've been working on schoolwork all day, dude. I haven't really even taken a step outside, but that's okay. You know, vitamin D deficiency. It's how we live. Anyway, so today, if you read the title, you would know that today I thought we could talk about me and Brennan's what was it? Oh, biggest YouTuber influences in terms of, or like favorite YouTubers. Basically, me and Brennan both have experience uploading videos, obviously. And Brennan, you don't really upload as much anymore, but you did upload for a good period of time. And
I have some things in the works, and we'll see how they come out. And then I might try to start live streaming on YouTube here soon.
So. Ooh, yeah, no, I saw you do a test of that. So
and then I had to delete it because somebody named Anthony Camacho may have said something that shouldn't be on YouTube, and so I had to private the stream.
That does not surprise me. Hey, we gotta have Anthony on the episode too.
Eventually. Yeah, he said he'll try. We'll see if his work lets him. Or like his time, you know.
For sure. Yeah, no, his work is just like you cannot be on Chit Chats.
No podcast, you're fired.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so me and Brennan both obviously have uploaded videos in the past, and I feel like our style of videos, while there have been some similarities, I feel like we both have had varying degrees of like how we do our videos, the kinds of things that we do them, the tones that we have in them. And I think that mainly goes back to the fact that me and Brennan have varying opinions or varying interests when it comes to YouTubers and different influences. And so I thought that would be interesting to explore today. So we didn't really talk about this in advance. I kind of was just like, hey, Brennan, let's talk about YouTube influences. So I figured...
All right, here we go.
Yeah, here we go. I figured we could just talk about like maybe 3 or 4 each so we can kind of bounce back between each other. And Brendan, I think usually I start when we do these types of episodes, so I am opening the floor to you if you would like to talk about your first biggest influence, and then we'll go to me and then back and forth.
So if we're gonna do about 3, I think for sure the one I have to pick was I've always wanted to do. I've always been interested, like with the whole, like I said, I might start live streaming on Twitch, not on Twitch, YouTube. I might start like live streaming on YouTube and stuff like that. But I've always wanted to do, and I have a couple videos on my channel, but I've always wanted to do like gaming videos.
Yeah.
Like commentary, let's plays, funny moments with friends.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna totally cheat and throw a 2-in-1 here, because I'm counting both of these people for it. These are one YouTuber some people might know of, Vanos Gaming.
Okay, yeah.
I've been watching him since about the 5th or 6th grade.
Yeah.
Him and his group. And,
he's really popular.
He was like one of the. I think he's still in at least the top 10 most popular gaming YouTubers. Mm-hmm. He used to be like top 10 popular altogether.
Right. Yeah.
But of course, there's way more than that now. So now I think he's just like top 10 gaming YouTubers. Mm-hmm. But so like for making funny moment videos and stuff like that, I've always just really liked Vanos and his crew and how his friends like the kind of humor they have with the dark jokes. And my TV's on. There's a really bright blue light. I'm gonna turn that off. And so like for funny moments, I've always liked them. But then for just like doing gaming videos in general, this is a man we have talked about many times on these Chit Chats. You already know who I'm gonna say.
I had a feeling you would be bringing him up. Yes.
Chugga Conroy. Me and Tony have both been watching him for quite a while. He does a lot of Let's Plays for Nintendo or just like more, well, not always Nintendo, because he's done other games.
Always. I
But
feel like it's mostly Nintendo,
it's mostly
but
Nintendo.
that's only because those are the types of games that he's interested in.
Yeah.
And he has broken away from Nintendo and done other games.
Yeah, he's done other games that weren't technically Nintendo. But I've always just liked watching his Let's Plays. He's funny, and the amount of research that he puts into his Let's Plays is freaking crazy. One of my favorite things I always love showing people is he was playing Pokemon Crystal, I think, and he was him talking about the chance of getting a Venonat over a the Wurmple. You know how he can evolve into either Venonat or Cutiefly or whatever it's called.
I don't think Wurmple's in Crystal, so I don't know.
What game was it?
I don't remember what.
It was one of the games he was playing.
Oh,
it might have been Emerald.
No, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about I actually watched this clip recently. There's a clip of him talking about how, like, the chance that you have for your Wurmple to evolve into either a Cascoon or a Silcoon.
Yeah.
Right? And
everyone thought it was on gender, and he's like, no, gender doesn't care at all. There's like a this many chance, and he gave all these numbers.
He goes on,
and then the final thing he says, he's like, "Don't try to fight me on this. I will," and did geek out on you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So when it comes to video games, I've always just looked up to him and Steve.
Yeah, Steve is an inside joke.
It's a character from his past.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, I feel like that's probably like one of my biggest influences, not necessarily in terms of gaming, just because I typically have not done gaming videos in the past, and the ones that I have done aren't really Let's Plays. They're just more so like fun, just having fun.
Yeah, or like the old Puseptiplier videos and stuff like that.
Sorry, I try to tune those out, but
shove them in the back of my mind.
Yeah, exactly. Those didn't happen. No, but I will say that his like comedic sense, like his sense of humor, has really rubbed off on me, I feel like, and I have a lot of, as you said, I have a lot of like just memories watching him. I don't actually know if you said that, but that's just true. I feel like that's true for both of us. We watched him a lot. I watched him a lot when I was right when I was getting into Pokemon. I found his Pokemon Crystal Let's Play, and that was like that's like how I discovered him, and that's kind of how a part of how my love for Pokemon came to be, was watching that Let's Play. And I just feel like he has been like a really big like he's stuck with me throughout the years, you know.
Yeah. And I still watch him. I might be behind on his newest Let's Play, but I'm still trying to catch up to it.
Yeah.
He's playing a really, really big game right now that has a lot of information in it, so it's hard to play catch up.
Every episode of his newest Let's Play is like 40 minutes long to an hour long.
Yeah.
Like every episode. It's insane. It's crazy. But yeah, no, I'd say those are like, and Vanoss Gaming I haven't really watched as much, but I recognize how big of a YouTuber he is, and like just how much of a impact he's had on YouTube as a whole. So I think that those are really cool picks, Brennan. Cool picks.
Yeah. All right, you go. What's one? Because we kind of agree on the Chuck Conroy thing. So
yeah, right. I will say that I feel like our picks are going to be very different, as I already mentioned. And I don't know necessarily if you'll know about the picks that I'm going. I feel like you might. They're kind of like relatively known in the YouTube scene. But I think that probably my biggest influence in terms of my comedy and my style of videos is probably Ryan Higa, Niga Higa on YouTube. He doesn't really upload anymore, but back when I first found him, I actually found him around the time that I started uploading videos on YouTube, back in like 2015. And when I first saw him, I was like, how have I not seen this guy's videos before? I found them to be hilarious. I thought they were really well put together. For those of you who don't know, he does a lot of skit type videos, kind of like me, like kind of in that vein where it's like talking to the camera and then he cuts to a joke and then it goes back to talking to the camera and that sort of thing. My outro actually was influenced from his Teehee outro. The little want where it says Tonyverse and it's black and white. That was kind of influenced from his typical outro. He'll have the word Teehee and it'll appear on the screen. And overall, that's just his style of comedy has really rubbed off on me. Have you seen his videos?
Oh yeah, I watch Niga Higa all the time, or at least back when he was still going. I'll never forget the water bottle flip videos where we got the one that we did was based off his because his was well, I mean, the only thing we really copied was the idea how after you get one, you just kind of go,
you just shrug like,
like no big deal,
nothing.
like
exactly.
stuff like that.
We literally copied that from him. Like that was
we totally did. But,
exactly.
But yeah, no, I watched I used to watch a lot of Niga Higa. I used to watch a lot of his other channel too, where he just do like the vlog and stuff on Niga Higa TV.
Yeah, and that was the other channel that a lot of the more vlog style videos that I would do were influenced from those types of videos and seeing the kinds of things that he would do on there. Just really. Oh, and also his Dear Ryan series where he had he had his fans sending comments was partially an influence for Ask Tonyverse and that series that I do. Because I really like the idea of like fan interaction and like influence on your own content. Like I thought that was a really cool idea. So that is probably my biggest influence. Even if he doesn't upload as much, I still really like him. He made his own energy drink, and I actually recently bought a pack of it.
He made an energy drink?
Yeah, he did. He made his own energy drink. It's called Ninja Milk. And I bought a 12-pack of it to try it. And honestly, I'm going to be completely honest here. It's not my favorite. I'm not the biggest fan of it. It has a very specific taste. It's not necessarily bad. It's just not my favorite taste. I would have to it's hard for me to even explain. It tastes like a bubblegum energy drink is my best way to describe it. But I still wanted to buy it because I still wanted to support him. So I bought it. But anyway, so that's my biggest influence. So you can go next for your second.
Okay, next biggest influence. Probably just another one that I've always watched and always kind of looked after was he's actually a FaZe member, like the Call of Duty esports team. FaZe, really? FaZe Jev.
Okay.
I
know nothing about FaZe. I'm gonna say that.
He has so like FaZe is like a big popular esports team, and he has a nickname in FaZe. He's known as the Rage of FaZe because he rages the most out of everyone on the team. And speaking of rage, I actually have his G Fuel flavor.
Oh, really?
That's literally called Raging Gummy Fish.
Wow, he's so big.
And he is inspired by FaZe Jev.
Wait, so can you explain to me what is FaZe? Is it a YouTube group? Is it what is
it? So a bunch of groups that are known as esports teams.
Oh, it's an esports
come together. Yeah, it's official esports team. So like there's like Optic and there's FaZe and there's I'm drawing a mind blank right now. There's like the Dallas something and but so they just compete and Jev's actually getting a lot of attention right now because people are kind of calling him the only last true FaZe member because like FaZe was known for playing Call of Duty and like none of them play anymore. And so everyone's changed what they're doing. And like all the new FaZe members are like kids, practically young kids, right? And everyone's like, we miss the old days of like all the FaZe members like making dirty jokes and hanging out. But they've all changed. But Jev is still just the same old, sitting playing Call of Duty, raging, throwing controllers, smashing shit.
Dude, awesome.
So people are like, it's like still having like the old school, but like still there. So I've always watched him and found him funny and always kind of he was another inspiration, and he's probably his fault also how bad I rage at video games too.
Yeah, no, well, and I was gonna say, like, just to kind of like piggyback off of that, like, not even just like in gaming videos, but I feel like I see that rage come out like when we'll be recording like Cooking with Brennen, for example, and like you'll try to say a line, and I love your reactions if like the line gets messed up. Like, I go through a similar thing too, but I feel like that could be like somewhat influenced from it, maybe.
Probably.
Yeah. Which I think I feel like it's fun to rage. I think it's just funny. So like I think that's awesome. Yeah.
All right. What's your next one?
My next one, I think, I think my other biggest influence. See, I feel like I wish I had more of like a sentimental like story about like these YouTubers that I'm talking about, but really it's just like I just found them one day and I just started watching them and then I've been watching them ever since. But that's the case with Ryan Higa and then that's the case with this other YouTuber. I'm still gonna bring him up just because he's still a really big influence on me. Is Jack's Films. Yeah,
Yes.
I feel like my picks might be
Jack
more
Films.
obvious to you because I feel like your picks I've like Chuck Conroy made sense. I wasn't expecting necessarily Vanos or Face, honestly, but I think that that's cool. But I feel like for me, like you already know I like Jack's Films. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But Jack's
Me
Films,
boy.
obviously, he's been uploading since like the beginning of YouTube. I think he's a really funny guy. A lot of his style of comedy, I feel like, has rubbed off on me. I feel like my comedic sense has been kind of a mix between Ryan Higa and Jack's Films. And his like a lot of his series like Yai has influenced like the way that I do some of my videos or Jackass, for example, his fake Q&A show has influenced Ask Tonyverse and stuff like that. And I still continue to watch him. He's lost a lot of his viewer base over the years, which makes me sad, but I still watch all of his videos. I still think he's a funny guy. And I still support him. But
I still watch him every now and then.
mhm. I will say his video. The problem with his videos is that they can get very formulaic, and I think that that was a lot of people's problems with him. That's why a lot of people stopped watching him. But I'm willing to admit that that's been the case a lot of the time. But I will say like he still is able to find like new things to do and new things to try, and that's why I don't stop watching him because I like to see like the new directions that he goes in. So yeah, and I'm sure, and like you said, I'm sure you've seen like some of his videos before.
Oh yeah, I used to watch him a lot for Lawai.
Oh yeah, Lawai, yeah, yeah, and that's literally like his like PewDiePie's series was influenced from Jack's series Yai, which I think is funny, you know, and a lot of people have like made like parodies of it in the past, so like you can see his influence on like the YouTube scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's my probably my second biggest influence piece, or I feel like Ryan Higa and him kind of go hand in hand in a way. But that being said, you can go next with your third biggest influence.
Okay. I'm gonna go with two here because these are my last
Wow,
two
cheating
biggest
again. All right.
influences.
Okay.
I'm cheating again, but it's
Yeah.
because you'll agree. I know you'll agree with me on at least one of them for sure.
Okay.
The guy that I can always go to when I want to listen to some bomb ass music. A musician on
Oh.
YouTube named Nate
Mhm.
Wants to Battle, or now goes by
Yeah.
just Nathan Sharp.
Yep.
Um, Me and Antonio used to watch him a long time ago. You were actually lucky and got to go to a concert of his.
I did. Yeah, that's true.
Uh, but me and Antonio started watching him back when he was doing parodies. So like he would take parodies of like actual songs like Counting Stars by like One Republic, but making
Hmm.
it about like Pokemon.
Yeah, he did a
and
lot of
like and like
Pokemon
he did a lot of like
centric
parodies and
parodies.
like he took like actual songs and made them about like animes like Attack on Titan and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And then he started making his own songs, but like still like themed around video games. Like he made a lot of songs about songs about Pokemon. He made a lot of songs about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Hmm.
Um, and so he started doing a lot of his own things, and then he actually just started making his own music in general with albums.
Yeah,
And he
and
had
it's
a
been
couple
really good. I think.
really really good albums. And like I said,
Hmm.
you got to go to concert, which was awesome. But like it's just crazy how much he's grown, and
Yeah.
from like just like the guy that was doing silly Pokemon parodies by himself, and now he's
Hmm.
literally
And now he's
has
like a real musician.
he
You
has
know.
3 official albums, right?
I think he technically only has two. Like he has a lot of albums. He's made a lot of music over the years, but
Oh yeah, I think he has a lot of. Oh yeah, he has a lot of albums. I mean, like,
he has
oh I guess the
two.
third album I'm thinking of is still full of like video game theme music.
Yeah, he has
So I think,
two
but like actual
like
albums is like 2. Yeah,
two albums that are like original songs, not based off of like video games or anime or any like
yeah,
stuff like that. But he has a lot of albums with original music, not just parodies, like original songs that he wrote based
yeah.
on video games and anime. And he does a lot of really cool like anime covers of like
That's one of the reasons I still watch him a lot.
intros, you know, yeah,
Yeah,
stuff like that. And I'd say a lot of them are really good. I don't listen to all the
yeah.
anime ones, but the ones that I have heard have been really good. And he's
And then the last big guy, you'll
yeah,
definitely know this, and you'll definitely understand for sure once I say it. Man, I still watch to this day that I've watched since I think 2009 or 2008.
uh-huh.
Markiplier.
Right, yeah. Mhm.
I still watch Markiplier almost every time he uploads. If I miss an upload, I usually end up trying to go back and watching it within a day or two.
Mhm.
Um, he's always just been inspirational to me. The way he does like his sketches, like the who murdered, like who killed Markiplier, and a date with Markiplier, and a heist with
I've
Markiplier.
always admired those so much. He does
Yeah,
the production value is off
it's
the charts,
crazy.
you know.
There's theories that he might be in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie that's coming out,
I wouldn't be surprised. He's that
because it
big.
was confirmed that like the Five Nights at Freddy's movie is apparently going to start recording in spring. And like a month
Uh-huh.
ago, he's like, I have to leave in a couple months to go record something I can't tell you guys about yet. So we're
It's
like,
probably gonna
Five
be the
Nights at
Five
Freddy's
Nights at
movie,
Freddy's movie, dude. Yeah,
and Jack Black might be in it too.
dude. That would be so dope. It like even
Yeah,
if it was just a cameo,
yeah.
like
Even
I'd
if it
love
was
that.
just a cameo, that would be super dope.
Hmm.
And so like I've always watched like um like even some of his new subscribers probably don't even realize, but he used to do like 2 videos a day, which was like a lot of work.
That's a lot
And
of
then
work.
finally he was like, okay, I'm gonna tone it down a bit
Yeah.
and
Does he do like one
started
video a
doing
day
one
now?
video a day.
Yeah, that's
Huh?
still a lot.
Yeah.
One video a day.
Yeah, it's still a lot. Like imagine, like look at our track records and look
Dude,
at
I was barely able to do one video a day for 2 weeks. I can't
yeah,
imagine doing one video a day just all the time. That's insane. Like I
yeah.
would go nuts.
But that is his job, and like you're in school and have a
That's
job and
that's
stuff like
true.
that.
And
But
like
like that
yeah,
is his job and his passion and stuff
uh-huh.
like that, you know.
And I will say like YouTubers that are able to do that, that are able to upload like every single day, um, they have like teams or like editors or
He has like edit
people
like he
for
has his
that.
editor Lexian, and I think he actually has 2 editors, but he still edits sometimes himself too, because
Hmm.
he'll talk about I edited this video, or he has another editor who's also named Mark
Oh,
who
really?
edits a lot.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or then there is an animator named Lexian who used to do a bunch of little old fan animations of like his videos,
Hmm.
that he'd upload to YouTube. And
Yeah.
then one day Mark's like, we need a new editor, and he's like, let's get Lexian to do it. And so he reached out to Lexian and be like, you want to be an editor, man?
Dude,
And
that's
he's like,
awesome.
yeah.
So literally a fan of his got like is like an editor for him now.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, well, Lexian has been with his channel for, because Lexian, some of the original like funniest Markiplier moments
Uh-huh.
were animated by Lexian all the way back in like 2010.
Yeah. I remember those
And
would go
so
like
like
those would go viral, like or like
yeah,
get like a lot of views. Stuff like
and
that.
so like I still watch Markiplier to this day, and I watch all the skits he's post, and I literally he did I can't remember if it was which one had. I think it was the date with Markiplier. It was either the date with Markiplier or the heist with Markiplier that had like 36 different endings or something like that, and I found
Yeah.
all of them.
Hmm.
And I kept
Yeah.
like a list tracked on like my phone and like looked through all of them. So I've always just looked up to him and liked his videos and liked his humor and stuff like that.
Hmm. And he was actually the one that I suspected you were gonna say, like right off the bat, just because I feel like his brand of comedy, but also like his kind of style of doing like comedic videos, but then kind of having like a darker twist on them. Like I can see that influence on you and like the content that you've done in the past.
Yeah,
So
me and Antonio, that's the one thing that me and him would always we really liked to record things together and like write things together, but it was really hard for us for a lot of times because
you would
I'm
always
way
want
into
to take.
more I'm
Oh,
way
good.
into more like dark and like serious stuff, and
Yeah.
Antonio's way into more comedy. And I
Hmm.
remember there's like an old video that we never finished, that's supposed to be like really serious, and it was like literally about like a serial killer that we were going to do,
Yeah.
and we never finished it. And while we were like acting out some scenes or trying to read the script, Antonio just kept laughing, like, "What's so funny?" And he's like, "Okay, hear me out. I have this funny idea." And like we
Yeah.
would just go back and forth the whole time
And I would just
because
be
that's
like,
just how we were.
what if we did this? And it was like this really stupid idea. Like that would just ruin the tone. But yeah, no, but I've always been interested in like doing something with like a more serious tone like that. And maybe one day I will. But yeah, I can see that, and I really have a lot of admiration for Markiplier too. I think not only is he like a good content creator, but he's like a good guy in general. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah, I'd say he's a good pick. Okay, so for my last pick, I've actually been kind of tossing between a couple because I feel like the only ones that I can really think. Actually, no, I think I know which ones I'm going to talk about. There's a lot. I want to say like we could do a part two of this because there's a lot of YouTubers that I
Oh
look
yeah,
up
there's a
to.
lot of YouTubers that I could talk about, but those were
Hmm.
just like the ones I mentioned were just the ones I like instantly knew that I
Yeah,
could talk about.
right. I think the last person I'm gonna talk about, it was a toss up. I'm gonna give an honorary mention, and maybe we can talk more in depth about these people later if you know them or just in general. But I'm gonna say honorary mentions are Drew Gooden and Danny Gonzalez. I don't know if you've ever watched their videos, but they
I know
are
Danny, but I don't know the other one.
hilarious. Well, it's actually interesting because a lot more people know Danny because he's they're both YouTube commentators. But a lot more people know Danny just because he has a lot more subscribers. But Drew Gooden is actually the original guy from um the Road Work Ahead Vine. Um, and a
Oh,
lot of people,
the one where it's like road work ahead. Yeah, I sure hope it does.
yeah,
That one.
that's him.
No
Yeah,
way, that's crazy.
yeah, and a lot of I feel like a lot of people don't realize that don't know who he is already because it's just such an iconic Vine, and you don't really like pinpoint who that Vine is like from. But yeah, he was the person that made that Vine, and he's a really funny guy. I think they're both hilarious. Um, but that's not who I want to talk about. The actual person I want to talk about is actually a very he's a relatively big YouTuber. I'd say he has like 500,000 subscribers. Definitely less known in the public scene compared to the other people I've talked about. But you may know who he is because he's worked a lot with Nate Wants to Battle, and that is Shady Penguin.
I
And that's
had a
his YouTube
feeling
name.
the second
Hmm.
you said that worked with anyone else about all I could do it, it's got to be Shady Penguin.
Hmm. Yeah. And, a lot of people probably don't know who he is. He has kind of a funny name. I understand that. Um, I think I found him because you were the one that showed me Nate Wants to Battle originally.
Yes.
You were the person that showed me his music, and I started getting into his music. And then he also used to upload a lot of gaming videos. And I remember this one time I was checking out his Nate Wants to Battle's gaming videos, and I saw that he did one with this other guy named Shady Penguin. I just happened to click on it, and I thought that this Shady Penguin guy was really good, and then it was really funny. And then after I watched that video, a lot of Shady Penguin's personal videos started popping up and recommended because I was really into Pokemon, and Shady Penguin used to be. He kind of like has jumped back between doing Pokemon and not doing Pokemon, but he used to be strictly Pokemon, like only Pokemon videos. So a lot
Yeah,
of
I
his
remember
videos
that.
would pop up in my recommended, and I would watch them. He would do like Wi-Fi battles and Let's Plays and Pokemon card pack openings, and I would watch them. And overall, like I came for like the Pokemon style content, but I stayed because I really like. Yeah, I know you're gonna laugh at that. Yeah, you're hilarious. You're funny. You're
Whatever.
hilarious.
Continue.
You're
Continue.
really funny.
Continue.
Um, but I stayed because I really liked Shady Penguin as a person. I thought he was a. What the heck was that?
Shut up. I'm recording here.
Dude, your dog wants to be in the video.
I don't know. My dog randomly just like flipped.
No, it's okay. Dude, that anyway, so yeah, I thought he was a really good guy, and I still actually watch him to this day. I don't watch all of his videos, but I still follow him. He actually at the time when I started watching him, he was just kind of like a small YouTuber. Now he has over 500,000 subscribers, which I think is really solid, really impressive. And he actually has a wife and like two kids.
Does it
So,
really?
yeah, he does.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, I'd say like in terms of like just YouTube and like he's just like someone I look up to, I guess you could say. I think he's just a really
Yeah.
cool guy. I really admire like just his passion he has for his work and just the how far he's come, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to find. I was wondering if it was still on YouTube, but maybe the guy deleted it. You could find a video if you looked up my name on YouTube of
I feel like
another
you've
dude
brought this
who.
up before in an episode.
Yeah, well, we did like a Wi-Fi battle, and he kicked my ass, and I don't know where the video went.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Anyway, but that's probably my final influence is Shady Penguin. And he's done like a lot of like music with Nate Wants to Battle too. Like he's done a lot of songs like featured on them, or just
Yeah, I remember a lot of his.
or at least two. I know he's done at least two. I feel like he's done more, but anyway. So with that, I think we have gone for quite a while. So I'm going to say we should wrap up this episode here.
Wrap it up.
So thank you, Brennan, for joining me today on this episode of Chit Chats, talking about
Yes.
your biggest YouTuber influences. Influences, yes. I was gonna say influences, same kind of thing. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Thank you guys for watching. Any last words, Brennan, before we sign off? All right, thanks, Brennan. All right, see you guys later. Bye bye.
Pizza.